Hello and welcome back to The Letter, and right now Hannah is speaking with Zach as of this moment. So it's interesting to see that Luke and Mary Ann actually overheard their conversation going on. So anyway, let's continue to see what's going to happen.
It's fun and it puts food on the table, but it's not what I really want to do. At least not all the time.
That would be the magazine photographer, I presume. As always, Miss Wright talks in such a kind and cheery fashion, no matter who she's talking with. It certainly puts people at ease around her. It sounds like it's working on the photographer, too. Hearing them, though, seems to put Mr. Wright in a sour mood. At least if his small scowl is anything to go by. Let's save over here. Is he jealous?
Hey, are you alright there, Whiskey?
There we go.
Like you need a serious drink.
What is it that you want to do then?
Film. Documentaries mostly. But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right? I was working on this thing, actually.
I'm fine. Just a bit winded from all that moving about. It's been a long day.
And the day's not over yet. So if you can excuse the bluntness, you either shape up to help or ship out back to your room and let us do the rest of the work.
He hesitates, eyes locked firmly on the door that led to the dining hall. Even now, we could still hear Miss Wright and the photographer chit-chat in between shoots.
Not my place to say this, but she really does seem to care a lot about you, you know?
There's no need to remind me of that.
A strange smile appears on his face before he shuts his eye and sighs.
Tell the workers that you're all dismissed early.
That's nice and all, Whiskey, but we really shouldn't just take off. Delays aren't a good thing when it comes to big projects like these. The sooner we tackle certain issues, the better.
And I trust you can take care of these issues another day. Don't make me ask again, Mint. Just tell the others they can go home early, and to not worry, they'll still get paid the remaining hours.
I don't know how to prompt this with the air he's putting on, though. No better than to meddle and prude further. Besides,
Fine, you're the boss.
Walking out of the kitchen, I just accept the fact that whatever he says will go while under his roof. Will go under his roof. Ah, here we go. Miss Wright and the photographer are still far too busy in conversation to notice me, even as I make my way through the dining hall. Besides, I turn to hold on. Besides, I didn't want to ruin their fun.
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like Blue Fonzie very much.
People don't like a film about colors. I suppose they would have liked Blue Bibby a lot more.
Going to the floor has me stumble upon the family butler once more, who raises a brow at my presence.
And where are you off to in a hurry, Miss McCulloch? The foreman is looking for you.
The Bratwurst wants us off the clock. He's dismissing us early because of... Oh, I don't know. He just wants us out of here.
I'll go and call a cab for you then. It would be for the best that you leave when he asks you to.
Okay. I don't doubt it. I mean, what the he is, I'm not too surprised about that. Since he is a child in sorts. But then again, with how things are, I guess he just wants to be left alone for a bit. Alright, back to say, it doesn't take too long to get here. Granted, there were some difficulties at first because the driver didn't know where the Ermengarde Mansion is. He tried to have us hand over GPS coordinations from our smartphones or some other techno-babble I didn't care about, and the butler didn't understand. As soon as we told him it's that haunted mansion over in Anselm Village, he just knew just the place. He finally headed over, albeit with some hesitation. All the way back to the city, the driver keeps complaining about that place giving him the willies. I wonder if it's the same cab driver from the very beginning of the game. and give me the willies too. I would have loved to snap at him. But as soon as the thought occurs to me, another blossom in the forefront of my mind. One that has somewhat bothered me greatly, more than my expiration over whiskey in this project or wanting all of it to stop. There has been no Lorraine whispering over my ears today. Worse, I find myself searching for it. Searching for her. Damn near Urethil. Loose ends. Fucking bloody loose ends everywhere. I thought I've already moved past this years ago. It does nothing to help me curb my frustration. If anything, it only ensures that I want a stiff drink. And where else do I go to drink? Should we not be drinking while we have this project working? Because I thought that's what she said before. Tuesdays are for karaoke, and Wednesdays, improv. Usually it's these four guys who did hilarious games. The one with Irish drinking songs are always a crowd favorite. Though I love a good laugh, stand-up comedy isn't my thing. And without Cam or Harana, or any other distraction, I end up drinking a lot more this time. And when there is several bottles or beer in me, I get really, really embarrassed.
Hey! G! Psst! G, come over here.
It was G.
I need you for something.
It's a good thing that the bartender is a nice fellow. I'd probably have been kicked out of other places by now, or worse. If push comes to shove, all he would do is give me an easy smile and shake off his head even when he's attending to other customers. Just like now.
Give me a moment, will ya? I gotta go check on her.
Bartender G. Okay, he's some Asian guy. I'm pretty sure I've seen him before a couple of times. Although he never talks to anyone else except G. Is it Ash? The girls used to be all over him too, but he always turned them away.
I'll be here. You go do that before she falls over.
Asian Joe, okay. That's what we're calling him for now.
All right. What is it? Do you need someone to help you get home?
Bartender, pour the wine.
I think that's enough alcohol for you, little missy. I'm cutting you off.
A line comes to the back of my throat as he pulls my bottle away. I have no hope of getting them back once they're behind the counter. Even in my drunken mind, I don't dare hop over it for them. Because what little sense I have left knows I'd sooner take a floor dive than succeed in wresting a bottle from a sober man. But that doesn't stop me from trying to reach out with my arms like a stupid idiot anyway. He smiles and shakes his hand, just like I know he would before going back to the other
Right
guy.
now, where were we? How you holding up, boy?
With no drink and no one to really chat with, I would have gone home or gone to sleep on the bar right there and then. But I'm not ready to stand up and try to trek back home just yet.
Same old. I'm still on the Luxborn firm case.
What update? We didn't do anything.
Those blokes they talk about being in dark suits, whisking people into the night or some shit and all that. Didn't the media call it some ridiculous name in the morning news?
What is it this time? Wait, don't answer that. They've called it a lot of things. As long as people don't start running around claiming they're the Illuminati. So, what have you got for me this time, G? Anything good?
Slow down there. You haven't even told me what sort of dealing dosh we got. Who are you looking into this time?
Their talk would have interested me, would have kept my attention if I gave a damn. But in my current state, I could barely give two fucks about the things going on around me. All these words are just buzzing, barely surfacing from the sea of sounds that is the pub. But would have stayed that way, perhaps even drowned, if I didn't hear his name.
Luke Wright. You know the guy. And don't pretend like you don't, G. It takes a special kind of ignorant not to know who he is.
That smug blonde who likes throwing round his money. He was just here a few days ago, as a matter of fact.
Oh, we're going to get involved with him now.
Great tipper. If you think him just dumping a wad of cash on the counter after having too much whiskey counts as tipping.
Well, he's whiskey.
Why are you asking?
You have no idea, G. He's probably the worst sort you can imagine.
Luke fucking right. Fucking whiskey. Even without him around, I'm still here about the guy. What the absolute fuck? Despite this, I find myself getting up and sauntering over to join them before I pipe up.
Is this smack talk about Luke fucking right I'm hearing, eh?
Private conversation here, lady.
There's only amusement on G's face. Asian guy, he starts to look ticked off as hell.
Don't worry, Holmes, she's clean.
I mean, depending on what clean. Alcohol clean?
And she might be able to help you with your, predicament.
Course. A drunk's just stumbled through here with what I need. Get real, G. No offense, lady, but you're smashed.
I know, right? Nothing beats being drunk after a hard day's work. Especially when you're working for Mr. Luke Wright.
So, she works for the guy? Doesn't that make her, I don't know, suspect?
Nope.
See, have a little faith in me, why don't ya? I don't have much, and you might as well have something to go off. You're the one who was so desperate to come running to me for business.
Yoo-hoo! Still right here, fellas. 5'11", can't miss me. Unlike Shorty over here.
Okay.
What's with that mad look? You want to dance, boy? You don't look like you can bust a groove.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he can with his ringtone we've heard long ago.
Maybe a leg, but with that fancy coat of yours.
To add insult to injury, I move in directly behind him and use the top of his head as an arm's wrist. Oh my gosh. But when he shakes me off, I plop into the seat right next to him.
Don't try me. You can hardly stay on your feet. We don't want to ruin your fancy coat, do we?
Ah, children, the both of ya. But you're still standing after all that, are ya? Matt, you see this giantess? She's a legendary regular here. Been drinking like there's no tomorrow. I'm a bit jealous. Can't do that anymore or my liver will give out on me. Good with the mic, too. Don't see you much recently, but I guess you're always busy, aren't you? You're some fancy designer or something, if I remember correctly.
Wait, I know you. You were at the open house for the mansion.
Yeah, that's right. Marianne I'm a famous interior designer extraordinaire. Ooh, that rhymes.
I don't know, something about drunk people is always funny. Just with those nonsense that they talk about.
Anyway, you guys were talking about that weenie Luke Wright, right?
Or something. Can't really talk about it. I don't even know if I can trust you, even if G said you're clean. But anything would be of help.
Well, I don't gossip about my clients, if that's all there is to this.
You wanted to gossip about him a few minutes ago, Marianne.
And that was the beer talking, not Marianne.
Uh-huh.
You won't mind if we ask the beer a few questions then?
Maybe. Depends on who's asking and what they're asking. But seriously, that guy is abso-fucking-lutely frustrating.
Oh, so I wonder if we eavesdrop, we would have used whatever information that was there for Ashton then.
One moment, he's an absolute dickhead. And then he's acting like an actual decent human being the next. I just can't figure him out. I can't imagine how that pretty wife of his can put up with him. If I were her, I'd dump his flat arse straight up.
And I'm not just saying that because I think Hannah's pretty or anything. Luke is a catch too, they both are. I really can't, for the love of all things holy, see how they even work out together.
So, Luke Wright, have you noticed anything strange about him while you were working with him? Anything peculiar? Of note?
You're the one being peachy right about now, Holmes. But nah, nothing that comes to mind off the top of my head. He's just like most rich, smarmy arseholes and then some.
A giggle bubbled up and I pressed my cheek against the cool countertop with my eyes shut tight just because. Eventually, cracking one eye open just in case they thought I fell asleep, I grinned at Holmes.
So, Holmes, I'm guessing you're some private detective or something. Is it Hannah? Did she pay you to look if he's been cheating or some such?
Hannah's the wife, right? What about her? How is she?
How is she or how is she? Well and good.
Oh my god, Marianne.
Definitely the nicer
Or I
of the
guess
two
the
and
beer.
sexiest sin to boot. Not a private detective then? Are you from one of them tabloids wanting to know if the Luke Wright doesn't know how to put his pants on right? Pants. I'd take the pants off of...
Oh my god, how long is this going? Oh my goodness. Here we go. Slipping. I haven't been this drunk in such a long time. It's a miracle I've been coherent for as long as I've been right now.
I'm asking you if you've noticed any odd behavior from her.
Odd behave... You what? I wonder how she'd be drunk. I can just imagine her like the giggly sort. What do you think?
These are serious questions, Marianne. Lives might just be at stake here.
What do you expect? She's smashed.
You're also asking the beer.
Why am I even doing this? This is getting me nowhere, G. She's not a reliable source. The chief, let alone the courts, aren't going to take the word of a drunk. This'll be dismissed, and I might be in trouble if they try to argue that I coerced a testimony out of her. This is a fucking train wreck.
You're a fucking train wreck now, if you ask me. Maybe it's about time you apply the brakes and stop for a bit.
The wave of despair that comes over the both of them is palpable. Feelings had a taste I'd be bitter than the beer I'm full of. And it gets me thinking. Though thinking doesn't get me far with too much shite in my
You know
system.
that's not an option. Thanks for being patient, McCullough. Good luck with your work on that mansion.
Speaking of that mansion, there's something going on in that place. Something. As och day! No wonder Mr. Wright likes it so much. It's as fishy as he is. Rotten bloke.
What? Okay, where is this coming from?
Maybe that Santos girl is really onto something, eh? Suspicious shite, I'm telling ya. Explains why she's so reluctant.
What do you mean that Santos girl is onto something?
Before I get another word out, there's hands on my shoulders and everything starts to spin. Quickly slap his hands away the best I can and send him the foulest look I can muster.
Take your hands off me, pipsqueak. I'm not a lady who's shaken or stirred unless you want me up-chucking on your pretty hair.
Yeah, the beer's still talking.
But it's just like I said. Are you sure you aren't brain damaged or deaf? Santos girl from BRC showed us this creepy letter. You know, just like those spam stuff you get in your emails. And we thought it was some joke or that the girl was just a bit too green to handle a big sale like that. You should have seen the look on their faces when they saw it. Whiskey, that's Luke fucking right, you get me? And the missus didn't look too happy either. I should have taken a picture and posted it everywhere.
That would be a problem.
When rich snobs give you that face, no wonder the Santos girl went all mental on us. Working with them does that, you know? I think I'm about to. I'm not mental yet, am I?
Mentally drunk? Yes.
Anyway, just like I said, in that man... Hey, you okay? Holmes? You're looking a bit shaky yourself there.
And he really is pale. Paler than before, at least. I can see the gears turning in his head on overtime. Suddenly he shoves a card in my hand. On it, his name Ashton Frey and his number. But he has second thoughts as he grabs it from me and slips it into my pocket.
You're cute, pretty boy. But I prefer blondies.
Well, you're not exactly my type either, lady. But listen to me. If something comes up, don't do anything rash.
We're gonna do something
If you
rash.
think you're in danger, or if you see anything suspicious, call me and the authorities as soon as possible. You understand me? That's 99...
I know what the
what?
damn emergency number is.
Right, 999. Good.
I thought it was one. Never mind. They're in a different country. Never mind. I was like, is that 199? No. I'm like, okay, sure. Right, 999.
Anyway, I have to run. See you, G.
Okay, so all of that occurred with the drunk Marianne. That's over there. Okay, so it's before they had their little spat about drinking. The guy's quick on his feet as right up and at him as soon as the numbers leave his lips. Watching him as he maneuvers through the crowd of other pub goers is enough to tire me out. Fast as he can, he is at the door and throws us a smile, and that's all we get before he's gone just like
Oi,
that.
what about your drink, boy? I'll go put it on your tab then.
Holmes boy always like that, G?
Pretty much. But what about you? I suppose I'll put your drinks on your tab too. Don't want you to spill your wallets when you look like you're close to spilling yourself.
Yeah, and if it's fine by you, I think I'll go take a bit of a cat nap here. Just for a sec or two.
Go right ahead. I'll wake you when I close up shop.
Well, Lucy's kind enough to leave her there. Yep, just snoring. Mumbling a sleepy thing as I doze off on the spot, face pressed on the counter. Alright, I dread the pain I'll have for sleeping in such a position. But when you gotta go, you gotta go. Okay, hello, you two.
Oh, Marianne! How long have you been standing there, dearie?
Oh, continue with that dream.
Come join us, Marianne. We won't bite. Unless you ask, that is.
Not that I could get much sleep to begin with. 28th. Let me look. Oop, nope. No, don't want to load. 28th? What happened during that day? Since discussion match heavy mental problem that leaves the former with sorting to think about after the latter calls herself from another attending party. Okay, so yeah. It's party day. Okay, because I'm like, wait. Is this the party? Yes. So yeah, party day. Do people ever have a feeling that they're working on something they really enjoy, but still, it eventually tires them out? Yep. I would imagine, because that's how it is with me sometimes. Because honestly, I've been feeling like this.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne. Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
Though moments like this makes all the hard work worth it. Definitely.
Well, I can't take all of the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the right mansion. There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Oh, no. We proceed with that room as planned.
Oh, it's this conversation now, with Hannah asking Mary Ann about what to do.
I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
We're only about halfway done, but the honest satisfaction on a client's face is enough for me to push through. Let's face it, between my expiration at Mr. Wright's and antics and her, I've been bearing the candle at both ends. I can't even close my eyes without seeing a dead girl's face. Dead girl. Dead. She's dead. I have to keep reminding myself that, bearing my feelings as deep as they buried her body, 6 feet under. I shouldn't waste so much time on someone who's supposed to be gone. I've wasted so many years thinking about her already. There should be no need to bother myself with the dead when I should be bothering myself with the living. Too bad the living are usually as complicated, if not more than ghosts of the past.
But don't you have a party?
Yes. But Luke's just being a sweetie, you see. That friend he's visiting, he's having marital problems and he's just trying to cheer him up.
It's even more complicated when the living in question is a pair of rich and famous socialities way past their honeymoon phase. I've been somehow roped into being a relationship counselor.
They've been married for a long time and they've hit how do they say it? A rough patch. His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband, but it's never enough for her. Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark. What do you think?
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
Suppose it is. What would you tell me?
Then, I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle. But, if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else. Maybe he should try being independent for a while. See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself. Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone. We shouldn't let our fear control our lives.
Why she thinks a single woman like me would be the best source of relationship advice is beyond me. Still, I talked and answered to the best of my abilities. Without realizing it, I'm already pouring out part of me that I had thought were long gone. I'd like to believe my words will be of some help to Miss Wright, even though we don't take it as Hannah. If I'm honest though, there's some help to me, like some weight has been taken off my shoulders.
I
Lorraine.
really should handle what's left of the work.
You won't be attending the party? Oh, you really must, Marianne.
The weight of what happened to her hasn't left me yet, did it? Maybe.
I'll try to stay and chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies. Busy, busy, busy.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you. You need to say hello to the Lees, at least. If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
Maybe it's about time I change
We'll
that.
see. So, if I can be excused?
Certainly. You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive. Because, believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
Though I shouldn't dwell on the dead. I shouldn't just callously forget about them too. Saying that I have work left to do is an easy enough excuse to make. I know how other people see me. They see someone so obsessed with her craft that she would so easily miss things like a party for it. Instead of the parlor, people hurry about here and there in preparation for the Wright's grand housewarming party. None spare me a glance as I slip past them, each working on their appointed roles and not daring to slack off while they work for what is probably the most powerful couple in Luxembourg. And making it to the kitchen with ease, the wine cellar being my final destination. Something's gonna occur because if a ghost does appear, that mirror is definitely connected to this ghost. So I make it to the kitchen with ease, the wine cellar being my final destination. But when is a great task ever simple? Probably never. And this is a great task, isn't it? My greatest one yet that is worthy of being called a quest. Not acting as Marianne McCullough, professional interior designer, when I choose to lie about being too busy for a party. I'm Mary Ann McCullough, a lawful neutral clerk with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in charisma. Oh my god. Just thinking of it like that makes it a bit cheesy. Yes, it does. But it helps with the fear. It helps overcome the insane thought that I'm actively seeking out something that has been plaguing me for years. I might face my worst nightmare, or I might see nothing and find myself self-imagined grand quests fall flat. And who would have thought that the gatekeeper to my final quest would have been someone I thought would be a valuable ally.
Schnell! Hurry up, you snails! We are on a deadline and you are wasting my time!
Oh, this thing. Butler comes from the cellar and into the kitchen, tailed by a couple of other people who I assume are most likely chefs and bartenders. He raises his brows, seeing me just standing there by the hatch by the trap door. It almost looks like he is going to throw me out for being in the kitchen without permission. But then he motions for others to disperse and familiarize themselves with their surroundings. Meanwhile, he continues to stand there, preventing entry into the darkness beyond.
What are you doing here, Fraulein? This is not the place for guests or in an architect right now. I request you leave.
I was just looking around for any last-minute things, yes?
Yes, you have been doing that a lot. Looking around, snooping about. Now is not the time for such things. If you're not careful, people might think you are up to something.
I mean, it's not entirely wrong. Look he gives me as he says this is almost chilling. If life was a game book, he'd probably be the true neutral warlock guarding the treasure room. Difficult opponent to beat with 9 points of wisdom and 8 in dexterity.
Well, I'm not done yet. I actually need to go into the wine cellar. Just need a quick go at the place. So just don't mind me. I'll be out of your hair soon enough.
Go outside, enjoy the party. Bask in the praise and adulation they will no doubt shower you with when the madam speaks highly of you. Surely you've had enough of this stuffy old kitchen by now. You do not want to cause trouble. Both the bratwurst and Hannah want this to be perfect. It would be a disservice and disrespect to toe out of line and risk it being anything otherwise. And more importantly, I will be blamed for any failure that happens tonight.
His intervention almost turns me away. Maybe this is a sign I'm not meant to seek Lorraine out.
Please, it's really important.
15 minutes. 9, 10 minutes. Any longer and I'll pull you out of there myself. The bratwurst will be furious if he thinks anyone is touching his precious wine without his permission.
Why did that update?
Thank you. This seriously means a lot.
He steps aside, begrudgingly. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for, I think. At this point, it looks like there's no turning back. Oh, let me save. Ooh, let me save. Ooh, let me save. Let me save here. Stellar greets me ominously as I descend. Oh, fuck yeah. Good time I saved here, because I didn't notice the timing. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed the video, go to the like or up button, because we're going to end it here. If you want to see more of what's going to happen next, hit the subscribe or follow button to be notified. Got anything to say? Say something in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Comrades.